Hey guys, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and as you can see, I've got herps all around my face. Again, I'll stop. No, I won't. I'm not going to stop doing weird stuff like that. Okay, today's video, and again, we're still kind of on the baby theme. Have to excuse me. And if you're ever looking at starting, doing YouTube, and you want to kind of sell your business on YouTube, or you're trying to sell snakes, this is probably the worst idea for a video ever. Because today I'm going to show you a bunch of babies that I won't sell to you. Yeah, don't even get me started on why that's a good business model. So these are all things you can't buy. These are the things that we've hatched so far that we are keeping. And so what I'm going to do is show them to you and tell you why we plan on keeping them. Some of them you've seen before, some of them you haven't seen as much, but these are all snakes that for one reason or another we decided we want. We'll start first with this little girl right here. You should hear girl a lot in this too. Now, this little girl, come here little one. Whoop, come here. There we go. This one, as far as genetics go, I would say is probably the least exciting of her holdbacks in a lot of ways. As far as, it's being goofy, as far as me personally goes, this is one of the most exciting of her holdbacks. Reason being is this is the one snake that's getting a name that is not related to the Olympus, which is its name Bianca. Bianca. The reason is this is Question Girl's holdback. This is the one that she selected to keep, that she really liked, and so she wants it, so it's staying, and she's going to pick what breeds to it, and she's going to kind of start her own line of like what Question Girl likes, which I think will be pretty neat. And the more you can get people you care about into your hobby, I think the better off you are. The snake helps me do that, and here's the reason she chose it. It's all about the ringer for her. She loves the ringers. See it there. And maybe before we were engaged, she was trying to tell me something, right? Like put a ring on it, haha. So anyway, we kind of did do that, as you all know. So we'll put that one up. That's why that one's getting to stay. And then we'll go over here. This one, you've seen a lot of in the last few videos, so I won't spend too much time on it. I guess I should tell you what our plans are too. I know she'll probably start off doing just pieds and then mix in some other genes. She's talked about eventually doing some super black pastel pied, so we don't know. This is, of course, the Blitz Calico female that we're going to keep with the really crazy tail pattern. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it. Honestly, I'm keeping it just because it looks bitchin'. That's really the reason. A part of me thinks that throwing some Blitz to it, especially if I can throw like Blitz Calico, or not Blitz Calico, excuse me, Blitz Pastel to it, would be really cool. The pastel would brighten the color and accentuate the calico. And Blitz has a super form called Blitzkrieg, so we might do something with that. We might do something entirely different, kind of play with some ideas with it. I don't know, but really excited about what we can do, although we really don't have much of a plan on that animal. This animal here, we've got two of these that look very similar, so I might as well show them both to you at the same exact time. Here, let go of all that. I love this Herptopia, but they like to hold on to it too. Let me set this one here. Then I'll pull out the other one from over here. It'll be easy to tell apart. One was a much better starter than the other one. So one's a lot bigger. But these were both, they look pastel. And these came out of our Blitz to Champagne clutch. And we've had a lot of people comment on what they think they are. Most people say, oh, can it possibly be retained sperm? I can, without a doubt, 100% guarantee it's not retained sperm. I know that. The reason I know that is that female was only ever paired twice, and she was paired to a Calico her first year, which these aren't, and a Blitz her second year. Why they look pastel, I do not know. I've bred that Blitz again since then. He produced nothing like this. So on the second breeding, so I don't know what's going on. So basically I have to keep these, try to figure it out. If it proves to just be some pastel that popped up some magic way, then cool. If it proves to be something different, hopefully we'll see that in some combinations. We'll have to breed back to some parents to figure out what exactly is going on. So the Blitz male will breed both, at least one of these, and the other one will be bred by a recessive male, like a single gene exanthic, probably a single gene exanthic, or a single gene pied. The reason being is I would expect, if it's a recessive trait, which like I say, it looks pastel, it's probably just pastel, or it's probably not even going to be able to be reproduced, but it would produce all normals from the recessive breeding, which would all be het for whatever recessive, so it wouldn't be a complete loss of a breed, and possibly double hets. And from our male Blitz back to these, if he's het for something that we don't know about, and so was the mom, we should get half of them looking like this. So that should kind of prove out what is going on. And if we get both of them showing half of them as pastel, then we'll just call it pastel and move on with our day. So that's kind of where that is. Any questions about those two, Kurt?
No.
Get in there, little guy. Oh, you pooped. Cool. Get rid of that. Put you back in there. So yeah, that's going to be a long, drawn-out project, and what I'll probably end up doing is proving I got some pastels. But you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened on how stuff starts. So, next thing we'll show you is this little gal here. Now, this is just a single gene Blitz. We've hatched 3 Blitzes this year that are just single gene Blitz. Oh, pissy pants, aren't you? And this is the only female. So because of that, I did want to keep it. We don't have any Blitz females. Well, we do now. We have the Blitz Calico, but we may do some more stuff with that too. But a single gene Blitz female is good for playing with some of the stuff we can do. And there you can see, you know, the horns and hooks that it makes on that side especially. Get my thumb out of that camera. Really just kind of a cool animal. So really, you want to go say hi? Oh, now you're going to crawl up my arm. Now we're friends. You were like hissing at me and being all jerk face, and now we're buddies. We'll put her back in there. Come on. So we're going to keep her, just so we have a few females of that gene to play with. We're also going to keep this guy right here, which is a male banana black pastel. And my project with this is I've been reluctant to do some things that have a chance at causing some higher rate of I guess you could say genetic disorder or genetic deformity. But it's one of those things I've read about, never seen for myself. I've seen some theories on how to possibly prevent it. We're going to test some of that, and I do plan on putting this back through to a black pastel. The idea being that we can make a super black pastel banana. I hope it'll be all kind of that lavender color. We'll see. Now I'll tell you, I'm going to try it. And, you know, they say there's a higher rate of kinking and a higher rate of duckbilling and anything, some other things that can go along with that. If we get that, if we get, say we get 6 eggs and 3 of them come out a mess, I will not repeat that pairing. I think it's one thing to try something, and rather than just read about it, and give it a shot and see if you can possibly do it through some incubation manipulation or things like that, and get it to work. But it's another thing to bring lives in this world that aren't functional. Now, if we have one that comes out that is a kinked animal, but is surviving, like it eats, it poops, it's not in pain or anything like that, I have some places, some people that would take that snake with the understanding that it's never to be bred. You know, you don't want to breed a kinked animal, especially if it's a female, because it can actually cause egg binding and kill it. So you want to avoid that, but it can still go be a pet. And we wouldn't repeat that if that happens, because it's only if you get one. I mean, that happens with anything. But if you're getting a high rate of them, I wouldn't repeat it, because I just don't want to bring that into the world too frequently. You know, and if one of them can't make it, then obviously we'd cull it if we had to. Culling is not something I want to do. It's something I've never had to do. But sometimes it's necessary. And then, as you guys know, I don't like any carcass to go to waste. So if we ever had to cull, you know, we would use it as a feeder. But we wouldn't purposely cause that. Now, we're going to show you a bunch of these at once. This is all kind of part of a project. It'll be these 3. And when we get out this angry guy here, this is one that I have to pick up every time I get in the tub, just because his tub has a temperature probe in it. Come on, buddy. I know, you're not wanting to perform today. He's like, I'm done. And of course, our boy Zeus, our zebra bee, and we kept back every female axanthic this year we hatched. So I'll pull them all out at once. Oh, you took a poop. You know, I'll check these before I film them, so I'll have to deal with that too. So what we have here is a pastel axanthic right there. So we could look at killer bee axanthics, would be a 1 in 8. We have a normal axanthic, so it would all be axanthics, would be a 1 in 4 for more zebra bees. And we also have another pastel axanthic, which would be a 1 in 8 for killer bees. We will try to do a killer bee clutch. I know somebody's screaming right now, "Oh my God, you're breeding a brother and a sister!" You can do that in reptiles. That is how every single recessive morph has been proven out. Okay, they hatch hets. If they know are hets, they then breed those two together, brother and sister, and prove it out. Now, what you can't do is breed this guy to that axanthic, have a set of eggs, take those brothers and sisters, breed them together, and then take their offspring and breed them together. At some point, you need to bring in some new genes into that. We only plan on going 1 deep. So whenever these eggs hatch and we pull out that brother to sister pairing, we're not going to take those back. Then again, we'll outcross to some new blood, which we've got that on the way as well. It's just some farther away related, or we'll bring in an entirely new snake and trade one out or sell some to do that and outcross. So that's kind of my little thing on that. But you can see we're trying to build a little axanthic army here. That's why you didn't see any visual females for sale. They're all mine. Alright, that is so far what we have to keep back. We'll probably do another of these videos later on in the year and show you the rest of our holdbacks, but they haven't hatched yet. So, any questions at all? Kurt?
No.
I'm really happy with that critter. Golly, I just love the way this gene works. You know, and to really appreciate this gene, you know, like look at that thing. Raw! Just beautiful. But to really appreciate this gene, I think the only way you can really do that is to have something to compare it to. So I'll show you this guy. This is a really, really pretty normal. Extremely pretty normal, who made an extremely wet mess. Whoa! Come on, little buddy. Don't get all attituded on me now. We don't need that. Look at the difference in color. So when you get the axanthic by a normal, it is so clear. Like I say, this guy looks like he's dressed up for an Oakland Raiders game. Just night and day. Look how beautiful those back colors are. I love axanthic. I love it. And that's why. You know, maybe you're going, it's a gray and black snake. It's not for everybody, but for me it's kind of the top of the food chain. There you go, little buddy. We done trying to bite me now? I hope so. Alright, Kurt, any questions?
No.
Alright guys, if Kurt has no questions, I'm going to have to go disinfect my hands from picking up snake poop. And I will share some herps with you again next week.